Yes. So today I really want to talk about this topic because I have been in these boardrooms and, well, in and around friends as well. ये सवाल काफ़ी आता है. It's like what is real, what is AI, and especially in being in this artist industry, this is a question that have been asked in काफ़ी extremes. It's like art is being like, if you remember, there was this whole trend of Ghibli art or Ghibli art, and then there have been trends about copying somebody's art and then making it personalized. So like there has been like this duality of like how AI is being used in this art ecosystem. So like I want to talk about that basically. I mean, what is art? Who's even an artist? And what is real and what is AI? Like, how do you define that? How do you classify that? And how do you like take that forward? So, I mean, like, first, to understand that, I think the first thing is to understand the definition of what really is an artist and who really is an artist. So, like, I think, yeah, an artist is a person who creates art utilizing creativity, imagination, skill to express idea, emotion, or concepts. I mean, if that's art, then well, yeah, even a coder is an artist, right? Like creating an app beautifully, writing lines of codes is an art in itself. See, the reason I'm even talking about this topic is because I have been working on this playbook, and that playbook is well very crucial because being around CBOs and CMOs, I have understood one thing. There is a concept which is not being utilized right is what has changed in this AI workflow in ecosystem. How are these decisions even being made? How do you even make sure that you are utilizing AI right? And I'm not talking about the governance or compliance. I'm talking about you know the content part or like the communication part, because content and communication are the language of marketing. And if these are the language of marketing, then what is that market that you have to understand? What is going on? What is real? What is AI? Like when do you use? What do you have to use? This playbook actually covers everything from end to start. And honestly, I'm ready to give it out for free. This what our industries have changed, how the workflow is being integrated. Now, the reason I want to talk about this is basically this part, the workflow integration and how AI fits in the process. I mean, I think this is where people are getting everything wrong. Because, see, okay, zoom out. You are a CMO, you are a brand marketer, you have to create content. Do you use a person or do you use AI? As simple as that. People will be like, oh, no, like quality will be better with, the human first, and then maybe AI se cheaper hoga. People ask these questions. Let me show you something and you decide. So, I'll show you some. Is this human or is this AI? This is a recent project that we did, right? And then there is this human or is this AI? See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is done by Kshitij Bhaiya, the best photographer that I know. And his work, oh my god. I mean, how is this so perfect? How is this that it has no. This work in itself feels so perfect. How is it that it was achieved? I mean, if we live in an era that people will start calling AI. I mean, I don't know if to take that as a compliment or like to take that as, well, I don't know why. But if you actually compare, okay, by the way, like this, obviously, the work that I showed, this is all Kshitij Bhaiya's. This is his website. You should, if any brand, if you're looking at it, if you're looking at F&B or architecture, or real estate shoot, He's the best guy that you have to get approach. He's the perfect. He's the master of his art. He will amazing. And this is a real estate project that we did, and this was all done by AI. But this is a shoot that we are able to do before the project is live. Now, this is the difference. The access has changed. Something that was not, you know, possible before, I can do it now. And that's exactly what has changed. And that's exactly how you decide when to use AI, when to not. And the topic that I was talking about is the workflow integration. See, in the end, output, well, see, AI is a production engine, right? AI is a production engine. And production engine comes at the fourth stage. See, this is where you have to understand. You are basically thinking, everybody, like 99% of the people are thinking AI can replace, but AI can just talk about production. But this is where it starts. The first step is always strategic brief. And this is always human led. This is where the brains come in. This is exactly what has changed. You have to understand, if you are the strategic master of your art, if you are a strategic thinker of a production, you are a leader and you can make it happen. But that's where everything starts. You see, we did a Tata Steel project, and honestly, I was in that 99% of the people who used to think it like, okay, I can create content with AI. But when we started working on that, within 5 days, it broke. We were not able to, because we realized it's not about like putting create a Tata film. No, that's not how it's gonna work. It was only able to go towards success when I brought somebody who knows art end to end. When I talk about art, when I somebody who knows films end to end, from cameras to lights to resource to understanding the depth, making the story, making the script, everything, understanding the larger picture, making sure that this has to go in this particular, somebody who understands every emotion, somebody who understands every technicality. And then the scenes were able to generate, then the character was actually somebody people could connect to. So that's what changed everything. And that's how we were able to deliver an AI film in like less than 7 days. But you see, I made a mistake. And how did I understand that? I, by, well, making an error. And honestly, to make sure that you don't make that error, I have actually integrated an AI checklist. I have made a checklist just because you don't make the same mistake that I did. I have made a checklist of when to use AI or not. And this is the checklist, the pre-fight checklist, and the self-audit. Once you will say, like, for example, do you have a written brand visual identity or not? I mean, if you don't have, how is everything going to be cohesive? How is it going to follow your brand language? Can you write emotion in one sentence? Can you actually depict what you're trying to, make the people understand? Do you have a content strategy that specifies that each film is for? Like, for example, like what you're trying to create. Are you even sure what you're trying to create? See, when you will answer these questions, you will get a score, and you will know exactly what you need to do, what the gap is, and can you even go for it. See, tools are in the end just a tools. Here is a list of tools also which you can use. Here is a list of tools you can use for at each stage. But again, tools are just a medium. You need to define if what the choice that you're making is strategic or not. Yeah, that's it. And honestly, when we talk about art, I mean, that's where we started talking about. Art is not going to get replaced. Production has, with AI, it has unlocked access that people did not have before. People can use AI to create unimaginable things. And for me, at least, people can use their own creativity. People can use their own ideas to create something that was never been able to done before. You could never do before. I mean, that's the limit that they were now able to break. That is art. Art was always meant to be, well, break all grounds. So, yeah, art is everywhere and art is in everything. So, yeah, I am excited to see where art ecosystem goes with AI. and it's gonna be something new, something interesting. So yeah.